I am Kelsy Porter. I am the head coach of the Summerwind Skippers jump rope team. I have been jumping with the team since its inception in 1995. Jumped a little bit before that with a team in Washington State, and then was competitive all through college. And when I started my teaching career, I also started coaching the team.
So to you, what about jump rope qualifies as a hard thing?
Everything about jump rope qualifies as a hard thing. It's the first thing I think of course, is just the physical aspect. I mean, how many people growing up in sport did jump rope as their training for their sport? Whenever I'm talking about jump rope and I tell people, we jump rope 2 hours a day, 4 days a week, their mind is just blown, because especially as somebody just starting out, it's hard to jump rope for a minute. And so I think just that physical part about jump rope makes it hard. And one of the reasons I've stayed in it so long is that I haven't found anything else that can touch it. I've never worked that hard physically, and I've never been in better shape than when I was jumping my most competitive.
I do want to ask you, in terms of, because you've been in sport for a long time, since you were 8 years old, transitioning from high school to college and all of the changes that come with that as a competitor, what was that like for you? And what's one or two important things that you think are useful or current high school students should know as they're about to go through that?
So at the time when I moved from high school to college, there weren't really any jumpers that were doing that. Everybody was just kind of done when they were seniors. And then, when I was in late high school, Carla Pitts and Ankur Bahal, they were all continuing through their first years of college. So that kind of was my first inkling of oh, I can do that. You can still jump rope in college. The biggest advice for people that are moving on is knowing that it is an option, but also knowing it won't be the same. I know, at least for Summerwind, we practice 4 days a week, 2 hours a day. It's just not going to fit into your schedule unless I don't know, maybe it will for somebody, but I feel like for the most part, you have to just maybe take your expectations down a little bit and know that you can still be at a highly competitive level, even if you're not putting in the same time and hours that you were in high school, because your skills are already there, and it's just kind of keeping them up and staying in it because you have a real passion for it. And my best years of jumping were when I was in college.
So what do you think is one of the more difficult things that you've ever done? And how do you think you've grown from it?
I had an injury when I was pregnant. I tore my ACL, and it was for a performance right before a FISAC tournament. And nobody knew I was pregnant because I was only a couple weeks pregnant. And so I wasn't making that knowledge for everyone, but I tore my ACL when we were prepping for the performance. And so then I just kind of had to go through that whole experience with my own little secret knowledge and not being able to take any pain medication because I was pregnant. So
oh no,
it was the post part was really the hardest part, obviously. And as being somebody that's very physically active, jump rope and otherwise, it was just a very humbling experience to have that serious of an injury, because I've had before that, kind of just little stuff happen. Definitely a challenging time. And then also be getting bigger and more pregnant while my ACL is torn and trying to figure out what to do, and just really made me appreciate my body. It can just do amazing, amazing things. But it was mentally and physically just tough to go through that experience and really be knocked down after having a baby and still having a torn ACL and having to deal with a surgery with a 3-month-old. So
that is so much.
It was a tough road.
So what flaws have you needed to overcome to get to where you are today?
It's hard when you're perfect. You know what I mean?
That's amazing.
Just kidding. There's a flaw, humbleness. One thing that I've really worked on is living in the moment and not just going for the future.
Hyper focus on a goal.
Yeah.
And just very linear. Yeah.
Yeah. Too linear. And then I just kind of have forgotten about the other stuff that's going on around me. I have my little tattoo here. It stands for enjoy your journey, or enjoy your life. Long story there, but let's just say enjoy your journey. And it really is a reminder that, it's totally cliche, but every day is a gift. And if we're just always working towards a goal that we have in mind, that's good, but we can really miss out on all the beautiful things that happen every single day. And, being a parent has made me slow down a lot. And I think the last year with the pandemic really made me reflect on that a lot too.
I think, yeah, everyone had to.
Yep.
No choices there. So what habit do you practice that you think has had the most positive impact on your life?
I'm going to circle back to my last answer on that one. I think the most positive habit I have is to really enjoy my life and my journey, and take each day as it comes, know that there is good and bad, and there's always a lot more good than bad, I've found. Again, really just to live in the moment. And all that sounds like so cliche, but just some things that happen in my life that really bring that into focus. And it's really just about living each day and then letting everybody that's around you know how much you love and appreciate them too.
So how have you equipped someone mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and how have they taken that equipment and used it in their lives?
So as a coach, this is like my greatest goal, is to be able to work with the team and the athletes and give them more than just skills and jump rope and fitness and fun. I mean, that's all great, but really the purpose for me for coaching is to equip these kids with confidence and leadership skills, and the value of hard work and determination and cooperation and teamwork and all these things that we get through jump rope that they can just like bring out into their lives and into the world. And honestly, the greatest compliment that I've received are just jumpers that have come back and either written me a note or, just told me face to face that, I've had some impact on their life and helped shape them into the person that they are. Is there anything better that we can do for people than to do those things? I mean, it's a great honor, truly, to be in a position where I can hopefully mentor and role model kids, just like my coach did for me. And if I can do that for one jumper, then like I'm happy.